guys, so I finished my top 5 concealers for Indian skin tones. I'll link that video for you down below in case you didn't see it. But then I went upstairs and I looked at some of my other concealers and I thought that's not really fair on you guys, because there are some others that I use that I really love that I definitely ought to tell you about. So I decided to make this part 2, and these are the other concealers that I couldn't live without. Sounds like a lot of concealers to have, but as I said in my last video, you have different concealers for different days, for different needs, for different kind of skin concerns and whatever. So I'm just going to get straight in there with the first of these concealers, and this is one I really couldn't live without. This was a chance discovery. This is called The Real Deal, and this is by Laura Geller, and it says The Real Deal Concealer Serious Coverage, and this is serious coverage. This is completely full cover coverage. It has so much pigment in this that you only really need a tiny little amount. A bit like the Tarte concealer, you need to take a tiny little bit on your fingertips and really warm it up. I really kind of rub it like this to warm it up between my fingertips, so that when it goes onto the skin, it's already warm and kind of at skin temperature. It's quite thick. You can see by the way I'm doing this to the tube, it's actually quite thick. It's a very thick cream concealer. But the great thing about this is once it's on the skin, it doesn't look like you're wearing a heavy, thick, cakey concealer. It just gives amazing coverage. I should have worn it today actually, so you could see. But this one just covers everything. I wear this in medium deep, and it's just perfect for doing the concealing and the brightening all in one go. I absolutely love this one to bits. Another one that I've talked about so many times in past videos, I can't believe this wasn't one that jumped out at me when I was putting together the list of concealers, is my Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I wear this in 4N medium deep, and you can see how much I love this because it's down to the pan. There is nothing left in here, hardly. I find it hard to scrape out what's left in there, and I really ought to and probably will repurchase this, but I've got so many concealers obviously to get through. And this one is great both for under the eyes, but also to cover up kind of blemishes and other bits and pieces that you'd rather people didn't see. I use this again with my fingers, and I'll blend it in with a brush or with a sponge, but I do like to use my fingers again to just warm up the product before it hits my skin. Most of the concealers that I've talked about so far have been kind of, I think, mid-priced to high-priced, and that's probably because I find it really hard, certainly here in the UK, to find a budget-priced kind of drugstore concealer that matches the skin tones. There's just not such a great range. However, this one has completely blown me away, and this is by Collection. And you can see how much I love this because the pack is completely, the tube is just it's just nearly all worn away, all the writing on it. I can only just make out. I'm in the shade Dark 4, and I bought it just on a whim because I just thought, let me have a go, I'll try it out. It's definitely not going to work for me. I love this concealer. It's brightening for me because it's not as dark as I normally would wear for a concealer that's just to kind of even out skin tone. But when I want to just kind of brighten up under this area, I will use this. I sometimes use this over another concealer. I'm really into kind of using 2 concealers at the moment to kind of hide my dark circles. This one is just brilliant. It's creamy and it's got the coverage I want. It's not as pigmented, for example, as the Laura Geller one, but it has enough coverage and pigment for kind of a normal given day. It's quite similar to the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, obviously at a much lower price. So I do love this, and I think it's a really good one if you're looking for a budget priced concealer. The next concealer that I want to tell you about is one that I literally just bought the other day. I don't need any more concealers, but I just thought I'm just gonna try this out. And this is the Cargo One Base, and they say that it's an all-in-one concealer and foundation, but I really just only bought it to be a concealer. I'm in the colour 04. The airbrushing quality of this is incredible. It literally just hides the pores and the fine wrinkles, and it just blends away beautifully around the edges. It is a really good formula, and I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this one. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about, it's not really strictly a concealer, it's what I would use under a concealer if my black dark circles and the blue veins kind of are really, really showing through, and that is a corrector. The difference that the corrector makes is immense. It literally just cancels out those kind of bluish, purplish, dark circles under the eyes so that the concealer can just do its job really, really well. And for a night out, a big night out where you know you're going to have photographs taken, it's really worth that extra little bit of time that it takes to get a corrector on before you put the concealer on. And my two favourites, so I'm going to get two into here really quickly, my two favourites are the Bobbi Brown one, and mine is in the shade medium to dark, and that's quite pinky, not really pinky, but quite pinky. Not too scary. The next one is super, super scary in the tube. This is Max Prep and Prime. It also comes in a more solid formulation, but I like the ease of using this in one of these brush click pens. And I am in the shade Peach Luster. Yes, it looks really scary in the tube. It comes out literally orange, and when you put it on your face, you look super scary as well. It's like something out of Halloween. But you blend that in and then blend your concealer over the top, and you won't believe the difference. If you haven't used corrector yet, you are in for a treat. Definitely, definitely try out a corrector if the kind of the blue, purpley, black bags under your eyes are the bane of your life. So that really is it. Those are the next 5 concealers stroke correctors that I wanted to talk about for Indian and brown, Asian, olive skin tones. I hope that this has been helpful for you guys if you are searching, like I have been searching, for the right concealer. It really is the biggest difference that I can make to my face is to hide those black dark circles under my eyes. And once I've done that, I just feel that the rest of the face just looks more alive and awake and perky. So do let me know if any of those work for you, or if you've got any recommendations that you think I should try. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I would love you for a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and share this video to anyone that you think that might find it useful as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Love to have you on my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!